A small team of alien researchers stood at the edge of a windswept plain. The world they had chosen for study looked empty and cold. Jagged rocks jutted from cracked ground. The sky was pale and thin. Mia Brooks, the lead archaeologist, stepped forward. She brushed a lock of hair from her face and signaled to the others. They had landed 2 days earlier on the ship Odyssey. The vessel's engines had glowed against the dark sky as it broke orbit. Now the crew moved carefully across the rocky surface. Each step raised small clouds of dust. The researchers wore light suits to protect them from fine particles. Their helmets reflected the dull light. Mia consulted a handheld device that scanned for unusual readings. The machine beeped softly. Alex Monroe, a linguistics expert, glanced at the screen. His slender fingers tapped controls. The beep grew louder. A faint signal came from beneath a pile of stones near a cliff base. "This could be something," Alex said. He crouched and pressed a sensor against the ground. "I'd detect carved shapes below the surface." The team cleared rocks carefully. A flat stone slab emerged, half buried. The slab was dark gray with smooth edges. Strange symbols were etched across its face. None of the researchers had seen patterns like these before. Mia studied the symbols. They curved and twisted in precise strokes. Alex knelt beside her. "Some forms look like writing," he said. "They match basic shapes in human scripts. But these shapes are far older than any human record." The crew exchanged puzzled glances. Tara Fines, a geologist, ran her fingers over the carvings. "The stone dates from an age long before humans appeared on Earth," she said. "By my estimates, it is more than 10 million years old." "But the writing looks human," said Jorel Venn, the survey. "Pilot." Jorel's wide eyes reflected curiosity. "How could humans leave a mark here so long ago? This world is far from their home planet." Mia placed a gloved hand on the slab's surface. She felt fine lines beneath the pattern of symbols. "This tablet may rewrite everything we know about human history," she whispered. Her voice trembled with excitement. The afternoon sun dipped low as the team worked. They used gentle tools to free more of the slab. Each new glyph made their surprise grow. The lines seemed to tell a simple message, but each symbol's age puzzled them. Alex recorded every detail on his datapad when they reassembled around the slab. They felt a shared thrill. This find could challenge the story taught in every academy across the galaxy. Humans had always been thought a young race, but here lay proof otherwise. "We must bring this back to the station," Mia said. "We need better equipment to study these carvings and confirm their origin," the researchers agreed. They lifted the tablet onto a soft cart and covered it to protect the carvings. Behind them, the barren landscape stretched as far as the eye could see. As the sun sank beyond distant peaks, the Odyssey crew prepared for departure. The world remained silent and empty, unaware that a small stone slab carried proof of an ancient secret. Mia gazed at the tablet before sealing it in the ship's cargo hold. She felt a thrill of wonder mixed with doubt. Could humans really be the galaxy's oldest species? The answer waited in the careful study they would begin at the scientific station. Soon, the galaxy would listen to their findings. The Odyssey returned to the orbital station above the ice world. Inside the cold cargo hold, the stone tablet rested on a padded stand. Distant stars glimmered through the station's windows. The research crew hurried through the corridors, their minds full of questions. Mia Brooks and Alex Monroe led the way. They carried data pads and scanning devices. Dim lights lined the hallway, and soft hum of engines filled the air. Tara Fines walked beside them, studying a sample of ice from the excavation site. Jorel Venn followed, pushing a cart loaded with tools. In the main laboratory, bright lamps illuminated workstations. Scientists and technicians moved between stations, each focused on their tasks. The tablet stood at the center, surrounded by protective barriers. Cameras recorded every angle, while environmental sensors monitored temperature and humidity. Alex tapped commands on his pad. A high-resolution scanner hovered over the tablet's surface. The machine traced each carved symbol, mapping depth and shape. Data streamed onto screens, capturing every line in precise detail. These symbols match human alphabets to a remarkable degree, Alex said. His voice echoed softly in the room. I've compared them with thousands of samples from human archives. He pointed to a chart showing exact matches of curves and strokes. Mia placed a finger on the glass barrier. She studied the carvings intently. It looks simple, but the message may be profound, she said. We need to translate each symbol and understand the full text. Tara joined them, carrying a tray of ice core samples. I checked the surrounding area, she reported. The stone textures and mineral layers date back around 10 million years. That confirms the tablet's age. She laid out core slices in a neat row. Technicians took notes and recorded the data. Some scientists gathered nearby, whispering in disbelief. Dr. Renaud Cruz, a senior historian, shook his head. Humans emerged only a few 100,000 years ago on Earth. How could they carve this tablet 10 million years ago? He asked. Alex faced Cruz calmly. Our analysis is clear, he said. The writing match is perfect. This tablet predates known human history. We must consider the possibility that humans existed far earlier and spread through the galaxy. Dr. Cruz frowned. This contradicts every textbook. Mia spoke up. Science must follow evidence, even if it challenges long-held beliefs. She turned to the team. Let's prepare for deeper study. We need linguistic experts, historical data, and holographic reenactments. For the next hours, the laboratory buzzed with activity. Holographic projectors sprang to life, casting ghostly light over the tablet. Researchers donned augmented reality visors and traced symbols with their fingers. Each glyph glowed as translation software suggested possible meanings. Jo are all monitored station logs. We've received messages from the council, she said. They demand regular updates. They're taking this find very seriously. She tapped controls, sending initial reports. As night fell over the ice world below, the station's lights shone bright. Inside, humans and aliens worked side by side, united by the mystery of the ancient tablet. Every scan and translation brought new questions. Every answer opened doors to new possibilities. Mia paused to look at her team. Excitement and tension filled the air. They stood on the edge of a discovery that could change the galaxy's understanding of life itself. The tablet's secrets waited to be revealed, and the journey to uncover them had only just begun. The council chamber filled with delegates from many worlds. High windows let in pale light from the planet below. Ambassador Liam Harper stood at the center. His robes were dark blue with silver trim. He spoke with firm voice. We cannot accept this tablet as proof of ancient humans, he said. Our records show humans as a young species. Such a claim is impossible. Across the chamber, Ambassador Kalia Rin of the Aura sector shook her head. Her green skin glowed under the lights. Science requires evidence, she said. We have a tablet carved with human symbols. We must investigate further. Murmurs rose among the delegates. Some whispered agreement, others scowled in doubt. At the council head's dais, Chair Elder Vichy raised a hand. Silence fell. We will form an expedition to Earth, Elder Vichy declared. If humans carve this tablet, we will find their ancient records at the source. Delegates nodded. A scribe recorded the decision. Liam Harper's expression remained troubled, but he quieted. Within hours, the expedition prepared to depart. The starship Envoy stood in the hangar bay. Its hull was white with gold accents. Engines hummed softly. Crew members carried supplies and research gear aboard. Mia Brooks and Alex Monroe joined the team. Tara Fines held a container of ice core. Samples, Jorel Venn packed mapping drones. Envoy leader Ava Rivers greeted them with warm smile. Our mission is clear, Ava said. We will travel to Earth and meet human leaders. We seek records of their ancient past. Together we will uncover the truth. Other researchers nodded. Among them were historian Dr. Cruz and linguist Yelek from the Galactic Archives. Each had a role to play. The ship's captain, Renatal, oversaw the final checks. Her calm voice routed commands through intercom. Soon, the envoy lifted from the surface. Powerful engines glowed blue and gold as it cleared atmosphere. Below, the ice world faded to pale dot. Stars shimmered as the ship jumped to hyperspace. On the long voyage, the team worked in shifts. In the ship's lab, Alex compared the tablet's data with human records. His eyes grew tired from hours of reading. He noted symbols that matched ancient human pictographs. Each match strengthened the case. Mia reviewed geological reports. She studied satellite images of Earth's polar regions. She planned the landing site where the hidden vault might lie. A sense of excitement and worry filled her heart. Cruz argued with archivist Yellick over historical interpretations. Cruz insisted that no human society existed 10 million years ago. Yellick pointed out gaps in data that could allow new discoveries. Their debate echoed through the corridor. Tara ran simulations on the ship's hollow projector. She modeled the vault structure under the ice. Translucent layers of ice and rock appeared in 3 dimensions. Tidal shifts and temperature changes tested the vault's stability. Jorel monitored the drones they would deploy to scout the surface. Ava held briefing sessions. She guided the team through diplomatic protocols. We will ask the Human Council to grant us access to their ancient archives, she said. We must show respect and honesty. The journey lasted 3 solar days. Each day, the crew watched distant stars and polished equipment. In spare moments, they spoke of homeworlds and hopes for the mission. At last, Earth came into view. The blue planet shone against the black sky. White clouds swirled over continents and oceans. The starship envoy slowed as it entered Earth's orbit. Familiar lights from human cities flickered below. Envoy leader Tall guided the descent. The ship glided through upper atmosphere, leaving a trail of soft light. Below, the polar ice cap stretched white and silent. The landing team gathered in the shuttle bay. When the craft touched down on the ice, the cold wind knocked at the door. Tara and Jorel suited up in thermal gear. Alex secured the tablet in a protective case. Mia led the group onto the icy surface. Outside, the wind howled. Ice glittered under the pale sun. Ava raised a communication array. She hailed the Human Council. This is Envoy Leader Ava Rivers from the Galactic Council Expedition, she said. We request permission to access ancient human records beneath the ice. After tense moments, a reply came. We welcome you. The vault's location is 40 kilometers north. Follow our drones. You will be escorted. Tor's helicopters arrived, carrying human scientists and guards. They guided the expedition across the ice. In the distance, a faint structure lay half buried. In snow, the vault's entrance was a curved arch of dark metal. At the threshold, Human Envoy Dr. Helen Price greeted them. Her uniform was white with Earth's flag patch. She held datapad with vault codes. Welcome, she said. We know of your discovery. We have kept this vault hidden until we were ready to reveal it. She entered codes into a panel. The door slid open with low hiss. Inside, lights shone on walls lined with crystalline data crystals. Holographic projectors stood ready. Alex gasped at the sight. This is beyond imagination, he whispered. Symbols on the walls matched the tablet's carvings. Layers of data crystals glowed in blue and green. Mia stepped forward. She placed hand on a projector's control console. With a soft hum, a hologram rose. It showed a human city on a distant planet. Sleek towers and flying vessels moved beyond her view. This is Earth's origin story, Helen Price explained. Human historians discovered these records millions of years ago. They tell of starfarers who seeded life across the galaxy. Dozens of crew members took data and recorded every image. Voices rose in wonder and disbelief. The ancient human empire stretched across many worlds. The records showed technology far beyond current levels. As the group moved deeper into the vault, they felt weight of history around them. Voice logs from ancient humans echoed softly in speakers. Their words spoke of hope, exploration, unity. Alex translated lines for those who needed meaning. We travel to new stars to share life, the hologram's ancient voice said. We plant seeds of wonder. In empty worlds. Outside, wind howled against thick ice walls. Inside, silence fell as the team absorbed the revelation. Humans were not a simple, young race. They had walked the stars millions of years before Ava stood among them. She looked at her team, then at Helen Price. "We have found the truth," she said. "Now we must share it with the Council." With heavy hearts and bright minds, they gathered the crystals and data. The expedition had fulfilled its mission. The galaxy's understanding of history would never be the same. The Starship Envoy carried precious data crystals back to the Galactic Council's homeworld. White towers rose against a clear sky as the ship descended. Ambassador Ava Rivers stood on the observation deck, her heart pounding with hope and fear. Inside the council complex, delegates gathered in a grand hall. Banners of many worlds hung from tall pillars. The air buzzed with voices. Rumors of the expedition's discovery had spread like wildfire. At the center of the hall, a large dais awaited presentation. Ava walked forward, flanked by Mia Brooks and Alex Monroe. Tara Fines and Joral Venn followed, carrying display cases of crystals and holographic projectors. Elder Vichy rose from the head seat. Her robes were deep green with gold threads. Silence fell at her gesture. She looked at Ava with calm eyes. "Envoy Rivers," Vichy said, "present your findings. The Council awaits your proof." Ava nodded. She placed a crystal on the projector stand. Lights glowed softly. Symbols etched in the crystal shone in bright lines. Delegates leaned forward as the machine hummed to life. A hologram appeared above the stand. It showed ancient human cities on distant worlds. Sleek vessels glided between towers. Fields of green plants stretched under twin suns. Voices spoke in a clear, ancient tongue. Alex stepped forward. He raised his hand and touched the hologram. Symbols translated into common speech on floating captions. Humans seeded life across many worlds millions of years ago, he said. This record proves their ancient empire and early exploration. Gasps and whispers filled the hall. Ambassador Liam Harper rose abruptly. "This cannot stand," he said. "We must doubt these images. They could be elaborate forgeries." Kalia Rin shook her head. "The crystal structure matches natural growth patterns from a known human homeworld." She pointed to a chart showing mineral scans. "Furthermore, ice from the vault confirms the age." Dr. Renault Cruz stood. "Even so, we must consult the archives of every council member. Only then can we accept this truth." Elder Vichy raised a hand again. "We will form a review committee. It will include human and alien historians, scientists, and diplomats. They will examine the data and report their conclusions within one cycle." The council agreed. Members divided into small groups, carrying crystals and data pads to side chambers. Discussions went late into the day and through the night. Tensions ran high as evidence was debated and tested. In a quiet corridor, Ava and Mia spoke. "I did not expect such resistance," Mia said softly, her voice echoing. Ava placed a hand on Mia's shoulder. "Change is never easy, but the truth will prevail. We must trust in our work." Tara and Joel returned from a lab chamber, their faces bright. "The committee confirmed the crystal's age and origin," Tara said. "The data is genuine." Word spread quickly. Hope returned to many delegates. Even Liam Harper looked thoughtful as he reviewed scanned records. After the committee's report was complete, Elder Vichy called the council together again. She held the final document in her hands. "We recognize these records as valid evidence," she said. "Humans are the galaxy's oldest species. We grant them the status of Elder Guardians." Delegates rose in applause. Some bowed to Ava, others nodded to her team. Tears glistened in the eyes of human and alien alike. Outside the hall, crowds cheered. News broadcasts from many worlds carried the announcement. Humans felt pride and humility. That evening, under a sky lit by twin moons, Ava and Mia walked on a balcony overlooking the council plaza. The city lights shone below. "We have changed history," Mia said, her voice soft with wonder. Ava smiled. "We have opened a new chapter for all species. United by our shared past, we will shape a better future." They stood side by side, looking out at a galaxy ready to embrace an ancient truth and new hope. After the Council recognized humans as Elder Guardians, Ambassador Ava Rivers returned to the Envoy with her team. The ship floated above the planet's surface. Inside, the crew felt a sense of relief and purpose. They had proven humanity's ancient role and earned the Council's trust. A few days later, the Envoy docked at a research satellite near the galactic core. Here, humans prepared to share their ancient wisdom. Scientists and diplomats gathered. In large halls, tablets and crystals from the vault lay on long tables. Mia Brooks spoke before a crowd of young scholars. Her voice was calm and clear. She explained the tablet's discovery and the vault's records. She described how humans had traveled between stars and seeded life on many worlds. Her words inspired wonder and hope. Some delegates listened quietly, taking notes. Others whispered among themselves. A few appeared nervous. Ambassador Liam Harper watched from the back. His arms were folded across his chest. He studied the crowd thoughtfully. After Mia's speech, a group of alien leaders approached the human table. Their uniforms bore council insignia. One of them, Ambassador Selma from the Rim Worlds, spoke first. Her voice was soft but firm. "We accept your history," Selma said. "Yet some of us fear that ancient power could become a threat if misused." She paused. "How can we trust that humans will not seek to dominate other worlds again?" Ava stepped forward. She met Selma's gaze. "We ask only to guide and support," Ava said. "Our goal is unity and peace. We share knowledge so younger species may grow without war and suffering. Humans learn from past mistakes. We will not repeat them." Another leader, Envoy Corgan of the mining colonies, raised a concern. "Your technology is far advanced. If you share it freely, some worlds may struggle to adapt. We need support to handle new tools and energy sources." He looked at Alex Monroe. "How will you help us learn safely?" Alex nodded. "We will establish training centers on council stations. Human and alien instructors will teach technicians and engineers. Each program will match a world's needs and culture. No one will be forced to adopt technology. We will work side by side." Delegates murmured approval. Selma lowered her head in respect. Liam Harper stepped forward now. His posture was less tense. "I admit my doubts were strong," he said. "But your team's honesty and willingness to help have convinced me." He turned to Ava. "We welcome humans as partners." He offered a hand. Ava shook his hand. Cameras flashed across the hall. Reporters from many worlds recorded the moment. Human and alien journalists asked questions about future plans. Terrafines walked through the crowd, showing off ice core samples from the vault. She explained how humans recorded their own history. She said that humans had preserved lessons about cooperation and caution. Listeners seemed impressed. JOR all then demonstrated mapping drones that humans used to survey ice worlds and desert planets. She flew one through the hall. It hovered near the ceiling, casting a soft blue light. Delegates admired the drone's smooth movement and precision. Over the next weeks, the research satellite buzzed with activity. Training centers formed in different modules. Human scientists and alien students worked together under bright lights. New labs opened for medicine, agriculture, and energy. In the medical wing, human doctors shared cures for ancient diseases and surgical techniques. They taught alien medics how to treat injuries with new tools. Patients regained health faster than they ever had before. In the agricultural module, humans introduced methods to grow crops in harsh climates. They brought seeds from Earth and taught other species how to cultivate them. Soon, worlds with poor soil had green fields and fresh food. In the energy sector, humans explained safe fusion power. They helped engineers build small fusion generators for remote colonies. No longer did worlds suffer energy shortages and long dark nights. Throughout the satellite, murals and holograms displayed scenes of ancient human journeys. Children from many planets gazed in wonder at images of starships and strange worlds. They dreamed of exploring among the stars. Ambassador Ava Rivers and her team often gathered in a small conference room. They shared meals of simple food and hot tea. Each spoke of challenges and victories. "I never imagined we would teach so many worlds," Tara said during one meeting. "Finding the vault was just the beginning. Now we help shape a better galaxy." Mia agreed. "Science brought us here. Now we must use our knowledge wisely. Sharing ancient lessons may prevent suffering and war." Alex smiled, "And we learn from others too. Every species has ideas that can improve our own world. This partnership goes both ways." Ava looked at them with pride. "We carry the hopes of humanity. Let us guide the council with humility, respect, and kindness. Together we will build a future where no one feels alone or afraid." One morning, a message arrived from Earth's Human Council. It invited the envoy and council representatives to visit Earth's capital. They wished to honor the community that created the vault. Ava agreed. She assembled a delegation of human and alien leaders. Among them were Liam Harper, Selna, Corgan, and Helen Price. They boarded a shuttle bound for Earth. The shuttle descended through blue skies and white clouds. Below lay cities of steel and glass. People and vehicles moved along wide streets. Green parks and rivers ran between buildings. They landed on a platform outside the Grand Museum of History. Crowds of humans and aliens stood in welcome. Banners read, "Welcome Elder Guardians," in many languages. At the museum's entrance, Human Prime Minister Jonathan Drake greeted the delegation. His voice echoed in a public address. "Today, we celebrate unity and discovery. We honor our ancestors who built the vault and preserved our story. We join with our friends from across the galaxy to shape a peaceful future." He led them inside. Exhibits glowed with data crystals and holograms. Visitors moved in quiet awe. Children pointed at images of dinosaurs and early humans on Earth. Older visitors wiped tears as ancient voices spoke and speakers. Ava stood beside Drake. She felt the weight of history and hope. She remembered Mia's words about lessons from the past. Now she saw how these lessons could bring worlds together. The delegation toured the exhibits for hours. Liam Harper and Selna discussed treaties in a side room. Corgan and Helen Price planned new research projects. Eventually, they reached a high balcony overlooking the main hall. The crowd below sang a hymn of unity in a chorus of voices from many species. Ava turned to her team. Tara and Jorel stood close. Mia and Alex stood at her side. "This moment shows why we sought the truth," Ava said. "Knowing our ancient past gives us wisdom. Sharing it brings hope and peace." They joined hands and bowed to the crowd. Applause filled the hall. Cameras and holocrons recorded the moment for all worlds. As night fell, the stars shone outside the museum windows. The galaxy felt smaller and kinder. Ancient secrets had brought unity. Now new stories would begin. And so humans took their place as elder guardians. They guided younger species with lessons from millions of years ago. They honored the past and shaped a future where all life could thrive among the stars. Months passed since humans earned the title of Elder Guardians. Across the galaxy, new friendships grew. Trade routes opened and knowledge flowed freely. Ambassador Ava Rivers returned to the Galactic Council with fresh reports of progress and promise. Early one morning, Ava visited the Council's archives. Endless data crystals lined the walls like stars. She moved quietly between display cases, reflecting on their journey. Here lay records of every species' history, stories of triumph and tragedy, war and peace. Elder Vichy greeted her at the main hall. The elder's eyes shone with warmth. "Ambassador Rivers, your contributions have changed our council for the better," Vichy said. "Yet some challenges remain. Will you guide us again?" Ava bowed respectfully. "I stand ready to serve." Elder Vichy. She thought of the galaxy's wide horizons and the work still ahead. In the council's garden courtyard, ambassadors and scientists mingled. Colorful plants from many worlds carpeted the ground. Alien birds in green and purple flitted between branches. Humans walked among them, exchanging ideas with friends from far reaches. Mia Brooks studied a flowering tree from a desert world. Its petals glowed at night like lanterns. A young alien botanist named Torin showed her how to graft human fruit trees onto its branches. Soon, the hybrid would bear sweet fruit in harsh climates. Alex Monroe joined them, carrying a stack of translation papers. He and Torin chatted about linguistic patterns and plant names. Their laughter mingled with the soft hum of life around them. Tara, Fines, and Jorel then led a group of engineers through the garden. They tested small solar arrays and wind turbines adapted to each plant's needs. Seeds germinated under gentle lights, promising future food supplies for remote colonies. In another corner, Ambassador Liam Harper discussed defense strategies with military advisors. They spoke of how to protect younger worlds from pirate raids and space storms. Harper's tone was calm and steady as he outlined a network of safe corridors and rapid response ships all around. Humans and aliens worked together. The galaxy felt united by a common goal: to learn from history and build a future without fear. Not all days were easy. Conflict still arose when cultural differences clashed. Some species hesitated to trust human guidance. Misunderstandings sparked arguments and hurt feelings. One evening, Ava received a message about a dispute on a frontier colony. A mining world on the edge of galactic space had refused to adopt safety protocols. An accident had injured many workers, and the colony's leaders blamed alien advisors for interference. Ava gathered a small team. Among them were Mu Choi, a human mediator, and Korgason, an alien engineer. Together they boarded a shuttle, bound for the mining colony. The shuttle descended through a dusty sky. Orange sand stretched below. Metal towers and conveyor belts moved slowly across the desert. The shuttle's hull rattled as it touched down near a cluster of domed habitats. Colony Governor Vera Darum met them at the airlock. Her uniform was stained with dust and sweat. She looked angry and tired. "Ambassador Rivers," Vera said sharply, "you promised safety and prosperity. Instead, accidents and delays plague our world. Your advisors forced changes we did not want. Now our people suffer." Ava bowed her head. "I am sorry for your pain," she said. "We came to help, not harm. Let us understand your needs and find solutions together." Vera led them into a meeting hall. Miners sat on benches, injured and scared. Some had burns, others splinted arms. Their faces showed fear and distrust. Miyu stepped forward. Her calm voice carried hope. "We will listen to your concerns," she said. "Tell us what safety measures work for you and your workers. We will adjust protocols to fit your culture and needs." One miner named Pavel spoke. His arm was in a sling. "We need faster repairs and better drills," he said. "Your safety shields slow us down. We lose or we need to survive." Korga examined mining plans on a holotablet. "We can adjust shield generators to allow better drilling range," Korga said. "We'll test a new configuration that balances safety and speed." Engineers and miners worked side by side that night. They tweaked settings, ran simulations, and tested drill bits. By dawn, a new setup stood ready. The next shift of miners used it without slowing their work. Accidents dropped and productivity rose. Governor Darum smiled with relief. "Thank you," she said. "You honored our needs and found a path forward. Now we can thrive without fear." Ava addressed the miners. "Your voice matters. We stand with you, not above you. Together we will make this galaxy safer for all." Word of this success reached the council. Elder Vichy praised Ava's leadership and human team's adaptability. They recognized that true Elder Guardians listen and learn as much as they guide. Back on the council homeworld, the gardens bloomed under twin suns. Children from many species played among the glowing flowers. Adults watched, hopeful for a peaceful tomorrow. In a quiet chamber, Ava sat with Mia, Alex, Tara, and Jorel. They shared tea and watched the sunset. The sky glowed pink and gold. "We have come far," Tara said. "From a dusty tablet on a cold world to guiding thousands in peace and progress." Mia nodded. "And yet, our journey continues. Each day brings new challenges and chances to learn." Alex smiled. "I never imagined humans would walk so freely among the stars." Now we stand as equal partners to many species. Jorl raised her cup. To the future, she said, her eyes bright. Ava lifted her cup too. To the future, she repeated. May we always honor our past and welcome every new dawn with hope, respect, and unity. They clinked cups and drank. Beyond the window, stars shimmered in silent promise. The galaxy, once divided and fearful, now looked to humans as teachers, friends, and guardians. And so, under the light of ancient and new stars, the story of humanity and the galaxy continued together in search of wisdom, peace, and wonder.